What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Honest Diecast. Today I wanted to give my opinion of the secondary market and go over some things that could potentially save you money in the long run. Just a little background, I opened a Facebook group probably about 6 months ago, maybe about 5 or 6 months ago. It's entitled Honest Diecast, Collectors and Customizers, so pretty much the same name as the YouTube. And it was aimed towards helping people not to get scammed, not to get ripped off on the secondary market, and to create a community of collectors that kind of look out for each other. It's completely voluntary, but you know, a lot of us on there will go out and look for stuff in the stores and then resell to each other for pretty much retail price, maybe $1 or $2 for gas, and then of course shipping, tax, all that stuff. Most of us on the group, we don't mark stuff up. And that's completely up to the discretion of the members, but I kind of took lead on that, being the admin of that group. And then some people followed suit, which is absolutely amazing. That's exactly what we wanted to happen in that group. So today I kind of wanted to go over my opinions and also give some examples of why you shouldn't pay super high price spikes on very common cars. Below are just some recent examples within the last year. Now, this has been going on since diecast collecting has started. Honestly, I am relatively new to diecast collecting. I've only been collecting for going on about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. So this has been going on long before I was collecting. But my opinion is that just because it's been going on forever in the hobby doesn't mean that you have to support it. And I stand really firm on that. And I want to give you some examples today of why you should not support these secondary market price hikes. And just as a disclaimer and just a statement, I want to make it known that I am not going after or attacking legitimate business sellers, meaning they have a business license, they have a website, they have a wholesale account, you know, they're actual resellers of Hot Wheels and diecast products. I'm not aiming towards those guys. The people that I'm really aiming towards are people on YouTube, people on OfferUp, people on Mercari. It's the same people over and over again. You go on these websites, you see the same people selling brand new stuff at incredible price hikes. It's the same people. It's like a secondary job to them, to where they'll go out and they'll go hunt Hot Wheels. They'll scoop up all the quote unquote hot cars and sell them for outrageous prices and sort of establish the market price for those hikes. Now, the price hikes also happen on eBay for sold prices, and once that's established, those cars sit there for a relatively long period of time until people stop buying them, and then the prices will gradually start to drop. And again, some of the things sitting on this table are just examples of recent ones. It's been going on for quite a while, and honestly I feel that people are wasting a lot of money by doing this, by being a little too overeager. All you need is a bit of patience. If you watch one of my recent videos, it's about 37 minutes long. I did a hunt video, and I found a shipper with Diecast that had tons of these Bugattis in it. Now, when the case was first dropped, people were asking 10, 15, 20 bucks a piece for these cars. Now they're readily available. They're available everywhere. Same thing for this one. This is the one that kind of really got it started for the Bugattis. You know, new casting, everybody's after it. This was released in the 2019 N and P case. And when this first dropped, gosh, people were asking $30. I've even seen $40. This is a mainline. You get 2 of these per case. I mean, if you come into a shipper, you're gonna find a ton of these. In the dump bin, you're guaranteed to find at least 18 to 20 of these. So now you can find these available readily, even on OfferUp, eBay, you know, for anywhere between $1 to $3. And then same thing kind of happened with this Bugatti. I was seeing this for 10, 20, 30, you know, all day. When D&E cases first dropped this year, you know, it's just insane. Like I said, go back and watch my video, my hunt video from this past weekend, and you will see me finding these like no other. Now, a little bit of a hike on this is to be expected. This is a Zamac Bugatti, obviously a limited edition. It's a store exclusive. You're not going to find this forever and readily available. You're not going to find it anywhere except for Walmart because it is a Walmart exclusive. So a little bit of a price hike on this is acceptable, very much more so than its mainline counterpart. Now the Nissan set, when these were first released, these were going in excess. I've seen 120, I've seen 130, 140 when these first came out. And now you can find them almost readily available at any Walmart, just sitting there for its original sticker price of $24.99. So, I mean, for those who weren't willing to go out and hunt for this, or you know, were just overly eager and paid that price hike for these, I mean, look at all that money that went down the drain. Now let's get into some of the real riders. This was kind of the highlight, main start of the madness when the Cruise Boulevard came out last November, December, the Nissan Hardbody. This was frequently seen going for $30 to $40 a piece when it first came out. Now granted, it appears via Mike Zarnock that a variation of this truck is available, but now you can find this truck readily available for $10 to $15, which in my opinion is reasonable for a real rider. You know, $10, not that much of a price hike over its $6 to $7 that you can find it in stores. And then the first mix of the actual Boulevard for this year came out, and this was the star of the show in that mix was the Chevy Silverado. Now this was the first time in, gosh, quite a while that I've seen anybody requesting 30, 40, 50 bucks for one of these, or requesting supers in trade. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, because this is available. You get, when you crack a case of these, there's 2 of them in the case. A super, anybody who hunts supers, and anybody that's been watching the channel knows that I've been on a 2-month drought for supers. Supers carry their value because they're not readily available. You can't just go to the peg and expect to see them there. When you find these, there's 2 per case. So my question is how is that equivalent to the value of the super? You can say supply demand. Well, the supply is plentiful on these. There's millions of these produced. The demand, yeah, might be high, but you just got to make it to the store before the scalpers do. Because if you don't, the scalpers are going to grab all these and then sell it to you for 30 or 40 bucks. And then the JH3 set came out, and this was the star of that set, was the Datsun Sunny truck. Again, can't tell you how many times I saw this going for 30, 40 bucks. And guess what happened? Kroger got their exclusive shippers in, and you could get these for $2.50, $2.50 a piece, and they were plentiful. So don't pay these ridiculous prices. And again, this comes 2 per case. If you crack a case of these, you find these on a pallet, you're going to get 2 of these per case. There's no reason to pay $30 or $40 for these. Door slammer Datsun, again, 2 per case. Now granted, it is a Datsun, so it does carry a value tag automatically, because a lot of people, including myself, love to collect Datsuns. But again, when this dropped, I was seeing this for 40 bucks all day on OfferUp and Mercari, and there's 2 per case. And lately I've been finding these a lot at Walmart, or not Walmart, but Walgreens, and I've been leaving them on the pegs, and obviously other people are too, because they're not getting gathered up anymore. And also the door slammers was in the Kroger exclusive case as well, so you were able to get this for $2.50. One of the more recent ones, the Ford Bronco, Again, $30-$40 all day, or trade for supers. You get 2 of these per case. There's no reason to spend that kind of money or trade for a super. And also, these are in the recent J case shipper at Kroger. Again, $2.50. Now, just a couple examples of the more outrageous price hikes. When this guy came back out, when the Koenigsegg was finally re-released through the Hot Wheels line, this little guy was going for $60 to $70. Again, 2 per case. I'm finding these on the pegs now. You know, everybody's looking forward to the next Boulevard mix, but it goes to show you got to have some patience. You got to have some self-control. You know, save yourself some money, and don't pay that price hike. Just look and look hard. Beat the people. You know, be the first one there if you can. Learn the shipping schedule. No reason to pay $50 or $60. And the latest and one of the more greatest price hikes is the new Boulevard mix, the 55 Bel Air Gasser, John from Hoonigan. Awesome casting. Obviously, it's going to carry a little bit of value because it is a gasser, and again, this is one of my favorite castings to collect, along with millions of other collectors. The price tag going for these at one point was $100. $100 a piece. Do you really want to pay $100 for a common Real Rider car? This is a $6 car in stores. There's 2 per case. And granted, there is a variation, but until somebody can come out with a number, you know, stating, you know, how many have chrome interior versus black interior, we won't really know the price difference between the one with the chrome interior and the one with the black interior. But again, this is not worth $100, and you know, it's just now dropping down to $30 or $40. And again, 2 per case. Now, someone like me would venture to say that probably these out of the second mix of Boulevard would be worth more money, because you get a chase card and then you get the regular card, and these are only 1 per case. But the people who are reselling these are going to go after the most sought after car, and they're going to charge the most money. But you know, so it doesn't make sense. The whole supply versus demand thing does not make sense, because if these are only 1 per, wouldn't these be the cards that are bringing home the most money, that are bringing the highest price tag? No, they're not. It was this one in that set, because everybody was crazy about the release of this car. So what I really want you to take away from this video is not to be impatient. Go out there and hunt. You got to go out there and look. Another thing you can do is build a community, build some friends, build a group of hunters, and look out for each other. That works just as well, is to go out and look for each other, look for yourself. Text, you know, when you find what you think your buddy might be looking for, text them, say, hey, I found it, you know, you want to trade something? Or, you know, sell it to them for retail. You know, there's really no reason. Let's look out for each other. Let's be a true diecast enthusiast community. This community shouldn't be made about money, and there's too much of that stuff going on. The bottom line is that, well, this one is still being worked down. All of these cars are readily available for almost retail price. The Nissan set, people are begging to get rid of these, because all the people that took them out of stores, they don't have any demand for them anymore, so they're selling them for retail. And again, I found that set. I think I found 2 in the hunt video that I mentioned from last weekend. Just be patient. Just be patient. Go out there and look. Establish a community. Establish a group of friends to go out and look for each other. There's no reason to pay outrageous prices for cars that are common, that come 2 per case. There's really no need for it. The thing I want you to take away from this video the most is just to be patient and don't overspend, because the prices are determined by the buyer. It's not determined by the seller. Somebody could list a car for $1,000, but if they sell it for $500, then guess what? The next guy posts it for $500, and then that sells for $500. You know, again, It's determined by the buyer. If we keep buying these cars at outrageous prices, they're going to keep going up to outrageous prices. So the less that we support this price gouging and the scalping, the better off that we're going to be as a community, the more available that cars are going to be, and the more reasonable prices are going to be available for cars that we can't find that we want. Now, one thing I want to make clear is that I'm not debating whatsoever that a candy striper gasser is not worth $1,200, $1,500, $2,000. I'm not debating whatsoever that a Datsun Super is not worth $400 to $600. These cars take time to mature in value. If it's just re-released, it's all hype. It's all hype markup. You know, every set is going to have a popular casting in it, but it takes time to mature in value. So just keep that in mind. I really hope this helps. I, for one, I'm a straight up collector. I collect because I like the castings, or I like the sets. I will collect for fellow collectors. I will not collect to resell them, to price hike them, and to gouge people on prices. And I just wish that our community would be that way a little bit more. Again, the more you support these people that go out and hunt these things, clear the shelves out, you know, stock their shopping carts full of the same car, the more that you buy cars off of these people, the more that it's going to keep happening. So again, just be patient, keep looking. If you absolutely cannot find that casting, you know, drive out of your area a little bit, maybe look around a little bit. And if you still can't find it, you know, then resort to the secondary market. The more that we support this secondary markup, you know, just initial release markup, the more it's going to keep happening. So anyways, I hope that helps. And again, this video is not intended for any legitimate business or any Hot Wheel dealer or anything like that. This is meant for people that are trying to make a side business out of this, and, you know, clearing the shelves, you know, filling the shopping carts full. That's what this is meant for. So again, I hope that helps. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.